Revelation 13. The Beast of the Sea. Revelation 13 verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. The Bible establishes that secret things belong to God. It is only by the revelation of God that anyone can come to the full comprehension of a spiritual matter. In Ephesians 1 verse 17, Paul prayed that the God of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of glory, may give unto you the spirit of wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of Him. It is very important to know that wisdom and revelation are spiritually complementary. No one can ever understand the true meaning of a revelation until the spirit of wisdom interprets it to him or her. In fact, I personally believe that it is better to have the spirit of wisdom alone than to have revelation without the requisite wisdom to decode it. This is the reason many believers have run into troubles: the lack of wisdom to interpret revelations. Well, we are studying the revelation of John on the island of Patmos concerning the beast which came forth from the sea. But we will only learn history if we lack the wisdom needed to decode the implication of every significant figure mentioned in the revelation. What does the revelation of the beast mean? How does it concern us? These are basic questions that wisdom will seek answers to. Here, we will do a brief study of the revelation of the beast and its significance as seen by the apostle. The position of the apostle was the seashore, precisely on the sands of the sea. What John saw was a beast rising up out of the sea. This revelation of John is the 6th of the 7 major figures described in this part of Revelation. The Bible geography would identify the sea which John saw as the Mediterranean Sea. Therefore, the beast rises from the region of the Mediterranean. The beast, as presented in the relation, does not necessarily imply a scary animal. It is literally human, although the term beast is used for a good reason. The Greek word used for beast in the passage is therion. It conjures up characteristics such as violent, ferocious, savage, venomous, and wild. Let us understand also that the sea mentioned by the apostle cannot only be interpreted as a large body of water. Sometimes, when the Bible speaks of waters or seas, it usually refers to people, especially multitudes. So, the beast was rising out of the sea could mean that a man who is in his entirety against the will and purpose of God and of his Christ would arise from among the nations. The use of both the beast and the sea are seen as being figurative in the revelation. This is the role of wisdom in the interpretation of every revelation. The revelation did not put us in the dark as to touching the characteristics and the function of the beast. The beast had 7 heads and 10 horns, and on the 10 horns were a crown each. More so, there was an inscription of blasphemy on the head of the beast. What could all these be pointing at? Let us try to visualize the narration of the Revelation. A beast with 7 heads and 10 horns and a crown on each of the horns. This picture brings to mind the description of the 10 kings represented by the toes on the image Prophet Daniel interpreted to Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel 2 verse 41. Revelation 17 verse 12 gives us the interpretation of the 10 horns. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. The 10 horns in the Revelation typify 10 kings. Horns are seen as a great symbolism of power and authority. Prophet Zechariah saw a vision of 4 horns which scattered Judah. Those horns represented the kings of the enemy nations. The 7 heads represent regions which could most probably be the 7 hills of Rome. The blasphemous names on the beast's head are not spelt out, but they indicate that the beast, the powerful ruler in the Mediterranean region, commits blasphemy. This blasphemy may be what 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 4 ascribes to the man of lawlessness, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. The description of the beast shows that it will be awful and tyrant. It will be opposed to anything that is related to God. Revelations 13 verse 6 says concerning the beast, "And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven." This means that that beast is Antichrist, and will therefore work against the people of God and the purposes of God on earth. The beast will speak evil words against God, and will ridicule as many that associate themselves with him. In fact, the beast will parade itself as God, and people will believe in it. The beast will sit in the temple of God and demand to be worshipped. There is a stern warning for every believer from this end-time revelation. This revelation is yet to be fulfilled. Therefore, we, to whom the ends of the world are come, need to be careful not to be caught in the webs of ignorance. Due to the terrific nature of the beast and the great power accorded to it by the dragon, many people will worship it as God. Revelation 13, verse 8 and 9 says, "And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear." Any believer that chooses to bow in worship to the beast will no longer be fit for heaven. Their names will be removed from the book of life. The essence of this revelation is to create an awareness about the events that will characterize the end time, so that we might prepare ourselves against the odds. There is a stern warning for every believer from this revelation. This revelation is yet to be fulfilled. Therefore, we to whom the ends of the world are come need to be careful not to be caught in the webs of ignorance. Due to the terrific nature of the beast and the great power accorded to it by the dragon, many people will worship it as God. Revelation 13 verse 8 and 9 says, "And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear."